Right now, somewhere in northern Tanzania, a camp is waking up in the shade. No alarm rings. No manager is waiting. The day starts with people, not a clock. Everything you own could fit in one small bag. There are maybe 25 to 30 people in the camp. And you know every single one of them by name. Your grandmother sleeps a few feet from your children. Nobody is on the clock, so the first hour is talking. This is not empty gossip. This is how the camp runs. In a small camp, reputation is the legal system. If someone hoards meat, people joke about him until he stops. If someone breaks a promise, the story travels fast. Richard Lee once brought a large gift to a Bushman camp. He expected gratitude. Instead, the camp mocked it. The point was simple. No one gets to feel above everyone else. Every joke was a tiny tool for keeping people level. Modern people built prisons. They handled most things by talking. By mid-morning, the men gather for the hunt. Hunting looks dramatic. It is also unreliable. On many days, most hunters come home empty-handed. A hunter might walk 20 miles and still bring back nothing. He may track a wounded animal for hours and lose it anyway. But when the hunt works, it can feed everyone. Their arrows can be tipped with poison from desert plants. The hunter shoots, then follows the animal while the poison works. And still, the hunters are not the main food supply. The women are. Among the Hadza, women bring more than half the camp's calories. They go out in groups, usually 3 to 8 at a time. They dig, climb, search, and come back with steady food. The walk back is where decisions often happen. The men may feast you, the women feed you. The most productive gatherers are often the grandmothers. Women in their 50s and 60s can bring back more food than young mothers. Many are still walking 5 to 10 miles into their 70s. Anthropologists call this the grandmother hypothesis. The idea is that grandmothers helped make human childhood possible. Children do not sit apart from the work. A 3-year-old plays beside the food being gathered. By 6, a child can find small foods alone. By 10, that child is helping the family in a real way. A boy with a tiny bow may come back with a bird. That is not a special achievement. That is just childhood there. Children spend most of the day in mixed-age play groups. Older kids teach younger kids by doing. A child who falls is usually picked up by another child. A question is answered by a sibling, not a classroom bell. This is the school humans evolved to attend. By midday, the first food returns to camp. It gets shared immediately. Sharing is not a nice extra. It is the rule. If a hunter kills a large animal, he does not own that meat. The hunter may even get one of the worst cuts. The camp gets the rest. This constant sharing built a complicated social mind. Who gave food? Who skipped a turn? Who helped when it mattered? That is social arithmetic no other species needed at this level. Generosity becomes the savings account. After eating, the camp slows down. The middle of the day is hot. Nobody works through it. They also groom each other, which is mostly an excuse to be close. Basic needs are handled simply. Leaves, sand, water, grass. No one turns it into a lifestyle crisis. Sex exists too, without the heavy shame modern cultures often add. These people are human, not saints. There are affairs, jealousy, stolen tools, and old grudges. But many conflicts end differently when you can leave. If you cannot stand someone, you walk to another camp for a while. The Bushmen called this voting with your feet. Most modern people cannot do that with a mortgage and a job. By late afternoon, the pace picks up again. People visit other camps a few miles away. They see relatives, trade stories, and arrange marriages. The same camps stay connected year after year. Not as usernames, as full histories. The hunters return near evening. Some days they have a kill. Most days they do not. When they return empty, the gathered food quietly saves the day. Evening cooking begins. Roots roast in coals. Meat boils with hot stones. Fruit is split. Seeds are softened for children. Then comes the meal. The whole camp. Everyone. Humans have done some version of this for hundreds of thousands of years. This was not paradise. People got sick. Children died. Loved ones were buried. They fought, grieved, and lost people like anyone else. But there is one kind of suffering they did not seem to know. The slow modern ache of working for a life that never quite arrives. Lying awake, comparing yourself to strangers on a screen, suspecting everyone else is happier than you are. In the late 1960s, one anthropologist called early humans the original affluent society. He did not mean they had money. They had almost nothing. He meant they had time. We made real trades. We got vaccines, antibiotics, refrigeration, and indoor plumbing. We got longer lives and fewer children dying young. Those are real wins. Nobody is saying we should go back. But we also made trades we barely talk about. We invented agriculture, then work that someone else owns. We invented bosses, bills, and schedules that follow us home. Your body did not get the memo. You inherited the same nervous system, the same need for sun, sleep, touch, conversation, and doing nothing. So the question is not whether the past was perfect. The question is what parts of being human we forgot to protect. Because we are still hunter-gatherers. We just stopped living like it.